Hi there. I don't like the light in here. It's not framed perfectly. Hi there. I come from a family who has a habit of pointing out everything you do wrong. You know, my uncle chastised us and told us that we had to turn off the water when we were washing our hands and brushing our teeth because if it's running, how much waste. You have to turn off the lights when you leave the room. If you cut open the avocado and press the knife through the skin, you're carrying the bacteria and pollution from the outside of the skin into the inside of the fruit, and you're going to eat it. So yeah, I've internalized some of that, right? I mean, that's my uncle. I mean, my father, when we were visiting said uncle, I remember he was talking to my uncle's wife, my aunt, her own person. And my father interrupted something she said to, I don't remember the actual occurrence, but was basically telling her that she was doing whatever it was she was talking about wrong. Could have been brushing her teeth or voting for someone or driving a car or anything you can imagine. You're doing it wrong. And the interesting thing about this kind of psychosis, neurosis, is that it's not based in cruelty. It's definitely based in self-loathing and fear. I know in myself that if I have a relationship with someone, I see them as part of me. If you're my friend or my boyfriend, then you're me, you're part of me, and I am constantly making mistakes and doing things wrong and working really hard, but mostly lazily, to be perfect. And when I see you doing the things that I wouldn't do, it's really upsetting because I can't control all of the things that this me is doing, and then the you is me doing things that I wouldn't do, and I can't control you. It's not based in cruelty to constantly tell someone that they're doing everything wrong. My mother doesn't have that. She does it to herself, yeah, but a different way, and definitely had it done to her a lot. But she doesn't do that to her children. She does it to her husband. But she doesn't do it, she doesn't do it externally. She does it internally. You're doing everything wrong internally. I've often thought that this just has a lot to do with Virgo energy. I mean, my mom's a Virgo, my sister's a Virgo, I have a Virgo rising. I think my brother has a Virgo moon. My dad has he's Pisces and everything is in Pisces except his Saturn, which is in Virgo, which sucks to have a super opposition to everything off of Saturn. No fun in Virgo. Constantly criticizing. I really want to help you because I can see how you're doing everything wrong and I know the perfect way to do it. Let me help you be perfect because you're so fucked up. I started paying attention to astrology because of Leos. Because I fell in love, because everybody I was obsessed / in love with for my early years were all Leos. I didn't believe in astrology, but then I noticed that as a pattern. I was like, well, I mean, it can't just mean nothing that all these people I'm in love with are Leos. I mean, that's weird. When I looked at my own astrology, I had a grand trine in the fire signs with my Mars in conjunct Saturn and Leo, trine my moon in Aries, trine Neptune in Sagittarius, almost perfectly opposing my sun. Oh no. It doesn't matter. The point is that Leos make everything about them. Everybody makes everything about them, but Leos especially. Because their trip is totally about the ego. All of us have an ego, and we're all ego tripping. But many other, I mean, again, like with Virgo, the example I gave earlier, like the trip is everything you're doing wrong because I need to be perfect. And you're all part of me. We're all one. Would you stop being so fucked up? You didn't see my hands. We're all one. We're all one. Stop being such a disappointment. That's their style of love. Self-love, world love. But with Leos, it's really all just about them. The fire signs tend to be kind of like that. Aries are just like, whoa, I exist. And like, there's all this stuff happening. Whoa, I exist. I'm not insulting anybody. If you've heard me ever talk about astrology, I say this about Aries all the time. I have an Aries moon. I had a lot of Aries in my life too. Not a lot of Sagittariuses, but I have one. Now, those are the fire signs. Anyway, this friend that I'm with right now, he's a Leo, and after falling in love with all these Leos and learning about Leos, I was like, I don't ever want a relationship with a Leo ever again. The next person I fell in love with, he was a Taurus. He thought he was a Gemini, but he was really like 29 degrees Taurus. But his name was Leo. Hi, Leo. Leo's dead. And that was funny. Not that he's dead, but that I didn't want to ever have a relationship with Leos again. Like this Sagittarius friend of mine right now, a couple weeks or months before I met him, I was like, I will never have a relationship with a smoker ever again. Not only is he a cigarette smoker, but a pipe smoker with like 200 pipes and has just come out as being gay, but the first boyfriend he had taught him about pipe sex, so he was able to kink fetishize his obsession with pipes into a sexual thing so that it's completely intrinsic, and I think he's really adorable, and I'm infatuated with him and like him a lot. I have a nice open heart connection with him and find him very sexy. Sagittarius, cool. I've never really had a relationship that went anywhere with the Sagittarius. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I've known him for a few months. I'm kind of manic right now. Hi, I made a smoothie with avocado and lots of Oaxacan chocolate hours ago, and I'm really sleep deprived. I don't know. I watched a Marvel movie. That's my excuse. I think it always makes me kind of manic. I'll try to calm down. There's a benefit to this kind of mania, though, which is always the danger of it. That this friend that I'm staying with, I keep trying to tell you about. He's a Leo, and he does everything wrong in a perfect way for me to be irritated by all the time. One of his superpowers of doing everything wrong is not being clean in a way that I think is clean. I mean, he's not a filthy person in any way, but he touches the raw chicken with his hands and then wipes his hands on the towel in the kitchen that you're supposed to dry your clean hands on. That's wrong. He has a special magic power of not being able to say words correctly, constantly saying things wrong. Like literally any word you can imagine, he will find an insane wrong way to say it. And when I'm around him, he constantly asks me if it's the right way to say it, knowing that he's saying it wrong. So he has a power dynamic with me where he's constantly asking me how to do things. But if I tell him that he's doing things wrong without him asking me, and often even when he does ask me, it triggers him to being very angry that I'm pointing out that he's doing everything wrong all the time. Everything that you can imagine. Brushing his teeth, sneezing, looking, breathing, whatever. Posture. Oh God, my posture's terrible. Hi, I love you. And tonight, he asked me if we had enough little plastic containers to keep things in, or if he could just throw this one away, or should he wash it out? And I said, well, that's a better plastic container than these over here, because those don't actually seal, and that one kind of does. So it's got a lid that clips on, so it's actually kind of a better container. So yeah, I would wash that and keep that. And then I walked away, and then I came back and I said, but by the way, and this is really what this talk's about, and I want you to take this, and I want you to use it, and I want you to internalize it, and I want you to say it to everybody. And I said, by the way, I am not an arbiter of what is right and wrong, and I don't actually know what's right at all. I just know what I'm doing. I'm doing what I would do. I just know what I would do. And you are free. You can do whatever you want to do, and whatever you do is fine. Look, you've lived this long already. Whatever you do is fine. You're fine. Anything you want to do, you can do. It's fine. And everything you do is just fine. You don't do anything wrong. And if I constantly tell you that you're doing things wrong, it doesn't need to matter. It has nothing to do with you. It's just me saying things. You're free. You're yourself. And anything you do is fine. The way you do it. The way you want to do it, whatever you think to do. And then, of course, he got all triggered and was just like, but I was just asking about it. And I was like, look, I'm not talking about the fucking plastic container. I'm talking about everything. What is the genre topic to describe when you're talking about the functional nature of reality? I'm talking about philosophy. I'm talking about the metaverse. I'm talking about reality, spirituality, the truth. I'm being wise. I don't know. What do you say when you're being like, no, I'm being real here, man. I'm talking to you about the whole of existence, the reality of our relationship, the dynamics of interaction. And he's like, whatever, I'm in an ego. And you just triggered me because I'm free and I can do whatever I want. And you telling me that I can do whatever I want is really triggering because you're telling me and it really bothers me. Leos with issues. We all got issues. How's your back? How's your heart? Ouch. I feel like I should be making a Bill Wirtz video or something. Shout out, if you've never watched The History of the Entire World, I guess, by Bill Wirtz, go watch it. Quickest 20 minutes you'll ever see, I promise. You are free. You are free. You are free. That has nothing to do with me. And we're all one and it's all good. Whatever. I hate this lighting. It's a terrible background. Oh, does my hair look okay? Oh. There we go. Whatever. You're fine. I'm fine. I love you. It doesn't matter. Have a good night, day, whatever you're doing. And just do it however you want to do it. And just, it's okay. I love you. I'm glad you're here. And I want you to be well and I want you to be happy. And I love you. Ti voglio bene.